Okay, that leaves me with the only things left for the sniper wiring are the connection to the vintage air trinary valve for the air conditioner to kick on the fan relay. And then I have to put in the special harness that they gave me for the throttle position sensor. So it plugs into the plugs in between the sniper system and the handheld control panel that you program it with. It just goes in between there with these two plugs, which is nice. And then you plug in your throttle position sensor. This is, they called it something else, but it's a connector for the controller for the transmission. Now, the one thing that is, I don't know if it's great about this, the connection between here and here, I already had them connected, so I need just to be able to connect this and have this jumper wire come off of it. And they give me, there's about 1 foot, 2 feet, 3 feet, 4 feet, 5 feet, 6 feet. I'm going to say 7 feet, give or take. But it's as far as I can reach my arms, and I'm 6 foot tall, and I have 34-inch sleeves when I buy a shirt. So it's quite a distance. What they really need is this and this to be right close together, and a long lead for this, because this has to go to your controller for your transmission. I'm thinking that this isn't going to reach the way it is with that, so I'll probably have to untape this and pull it out of this sheath, get it to the length I want, tape it again, and then put my own on the wires that go to the controller. It's the CAN bus controller. That's what it is. CAN bus is what that connector is. So I gotta hide another 6 or 7 feet of wire. I decided to measure it. It is 6 feet long, and my 2 wires that have to connect here and here were already connected, so that's about 5 feet 9 inches more length on that cable than it needed to be. And this, I don't know if it'll work where it's at. I can try to route the wire over there, since I have 6 feet of wire to get it back to the sniper system, but I don't know if it's going to reach the way it's configured right now. Okay, it looks like I'm going to get lucky with this CAN bus connector, because I rerouted the cable that goes to the handheld controller back behind the transmission dipstick, and it is very close to where I need to make the CAN connection, and as luck would have it, it's the proper connector. I'm gonna see if I can do this left-handed, but I'm probably gonna have to put the camera down and connect this. But there's the new cable going on to the handheld controller lead. It's in there, but it's not clamped in. I'm gonna have to use both hands to get it seated properly. Can't exert enough force with my left hand. Okay, with both hands I was able to get that in, and it made a nice click telling me that it's seated properly. Now to connect the CAN bus connector. Again, left-handed. I'm going to see if I can do it, but I'll probably have to put the camera down and do it with two hands. But you can see what I'm trying to accomplish here. It's just a 2-pin connector, I think. There, it's in. I will double check that. And now, this other end, it has to go all the way over to here. Right there's the other end. And I have 6 feet of cable to go. A foot would have done. A foot would have done. A foot would have been more than enough. But it is what it is. I'll have to hide the rest of that. And I'm not inclined to cut that because that one's got 4 wires in it. And if this doesn't work, I don't want it to be my fault because I cut wires I shouldn't have cut. So I will have to find a place to hide that. In the meantime, I will just get a zip tie and tie this up here so that it's not bouncing around all over the place. But I'll do that off camera. I'm not going to connect the other connection right now, and the reason I'm not going to connect it is because I still have to connect air conditioning lines and transmission cooler lines, and this little wire is going to be much easier to fish through whatever I have to put it through once those are installed than it would be to install this first and then try to fish the wires or the hoses for the transmission cooler, which are over here. They're not as flexible. They're bigger. Be harder to fish those through. So that's the last connection that for the sniper that needs to be done. I'll just get that tied up out of the way, and I'll be on to something else.